So this packaging might look familiar. Pixelspace brought us the Capsule 65 back in 2022, and this is their TKL offering, the Shadow80. Aesthetically, this board is definitely the Capsule's bigger brother. The red that I have is coated and it's slightly gritty, like in between regular anno and matrix finishing. Both the Shadow and Capsule have the similar protruding mid-frame design and RGB under the badge cluster. However, on the Shadow80, we do have this larger RGB strip on the bottom frame that doesn't really spill onto the desk as much as I thought it would. And taking a look at the side profile, it's pretty inoffensive with the seams and side cut, and there's this nice window to see the mid-frame as well. And finally, flipping the board over, we have the customizable inner lining accent and the black PVD stainless steel weight. Overall, it's not bad. A little bright, bubbly aesthetic for a TKL. So I thought I asked for a hot swap PCB, but apparently I selected solder only. So I guess for the sake of almost December festivities, I mean Thanksgiving hasn't even happened yet, but I'm gonna do pine switches on the PC plate because that's the only one that doesn't have flex cuts, and we're gonna solder it in.
It smells like fucking fish.
So, explaining this right now, this PCB supports split backspace. This plate does not support split backspace because these little tabs here on the plate are only cut out for the stabs. Alright. I already opened the FR4 plate. So. Feel-wise with the FR4 plate, it's firm with a slight amount of give from the gaskets in the case. However, sound-wise, this board does need a little work. With no foam and the flex cuts on the plate, the sound profile is a bit airy, and I do notice quite a bit of hollowness in case ping, especially in the spacebar area and the shift mods. Apart from that, with the FR4 plate, the board tends to lean towards the medium to higher pitch acoustically. But to try to fix the issues I mentioned before, I'm going to force break the case, and then I'm also going to try that with case foam and see how it goes. So I would say definitely force breaking is a necessity more than a recommendation in the Shadow80, especially with no foam. Even with the case foam that I put in here, there's still a little bit of resonance that I could hear. But yeah, after force breaking, the space bar and the shift keys just sound so much better. It's still a bit airy, but I'm going to kind of chalk that up to the plate. But yeah, I hope CLICKCLACK, they eventually do implement some kind of like force break during their production run. Alright, so talking shop for a little bit, this board starts at about $320, and the unit that I have in front of me with the red coating, PVD badge, weight, and mid-frame brings it up to just about $470, which is understandably not cheap and makes the recommendation price to value wise a little hard. I mean, aesthetically, while this board undoubtedly stays true to Pixelspace's design aesthetic, overall I think it's not bad. I think the only gripe I have with it is maybe the font for the shadow badge under the nav cluster. There are two options you can choose from. I just might have preferred the other option if, you know, I had the choice. Feel-wise, it's pretty comfortable. It skews definitely towards being a little bit on the stiffer end, but overall with the gaskets in there, it's not too bad, I would say. Sound-wise, could use a little work. I don't think the flex cuts on the plate are doing it any justice, and hopefully during the production run, CLICKCLACK will include like a force break kit as well, because there's just too much case ping and hollowness, especially in that bottom row, for a board at this price point. But overall, apart from that, I think the board is still pretty premium. It's got great finishing. It just needs a little bit more refinement. If you are interested in checking out this board, I believe the group buy starts before Thanksgiving. I could be horribly wrong. I'll have CLICKCLACKs and all the other links in the description for more up-to-date info. But yeah, I think that's all I got for y'all. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can click on either side of my face. But yeah, that's all I got. Take care and have a good one.